So it's now 6:34 p.m. Wednesday 2nd of May 2018, and we are 6 days away from the 8th of May, which is the next date where there's going to be a sign for Nathan's Mirror Boy. And I just finished my last video here mentioning that Nathan was one of 9 people who died at 9 Pine Ridge Road in Kinglake West near Melbourne on Saturday 7th of February 2009, which was Black Saturday. And Nathan died with his sister Crystal, and there were nine people in the house altogether where they died. And it's Nathan who's telling me there's going to be a major volcanic eruption in 2018, sometime in 2018, later in the year. And it will be equal to, or maybe even bigger than, the eruption of Mount Pinatubo, which was way back in 1991. And 1991 is when my friend Manoj was born. He's from India. My Indian friend, Manoj, was staying in Melbourne on Friday the 13th of February 2015, when a gusty storm blew in. The wind slammed the door closed and smashed the glass out of the door onto the floor. I was talking to him on the phone just after this happened. I said, lucky it wasn't a mirror, mate. Jake had said there would be a storm on Friday the 13th. So I was like, okay, so there was a storm. Blew the door shut, broke the glass. And that's around the time I started to connect Nathan to Jake. Nathan Breeze, Victorian boy or Northern Territorian, bit of both. He travelled around, and yeah, Nathan is strongly connected now to Jake. So exactly a month after that happened with the door, Tropical Cyclone Nathan was one of 4 tropical cyclones spinning on Friday the 13th of March 2015. The other 3 were Pam, which was a category 5, Olwen, and Barbie. So the name Barbie has the same value as Java, and Java is where Jakarta is located in Indonesia. We're back to this time again. It's 6:37. 37 is the value of hell. I remember mentioning that in my last video. Hell equals 37, like hell, brimfire, lava, magma, volcanoes. And it was Nathan actually who said there's going to be twin or triplet signs on my birthday. And that did happen. There were triplet signs on my birthday. A triplet sign. I didn't know what it meant, but he was right. I'll show you. So, okay, it's 6:37. I mentioned in my last video, by the way, fire equals 38. I mentioned that as well in my last video. Fire has a value of 38. Now, if you Google volcanic eruption at the moment, you get quite a few results. And if you go down the page into what's making news at the moment, top stories, here it is. It's Yellowstone. The geyser at Yellowstone is doing some weird stuff at the moment. Kind of. It's not actually that weird. But it's the top story on Google at the moment if you Google volcanic eruption. And if you go to news, it is definitely the top story. And yeah, I opened one of the stories. One of them here is from the Sydney Morning Herald. So I did open that one. And as you can see, this is from 30th of April 2018. My birthday was on Friday the 27th of April. And there it is. The Steamboat. This one's called the Steamboat Geyser. It's the world's biggest geyser. And if we calm down the page a bit, it mentions the dates of these eruptions. The 3 eruptions on March 15, April 19 and Friday, which is my birthday, the 27th of April, could point to thermal disturbances. I imagine it probably does. And that's the Old Faithful, that's the other one that goes off regularly. But yeah, Steamboat erupted several times in the early 80s, but was inactive for 5 decades, ending its drought in 1961, so for 5 decades it didn't erupt at all. So for 3 eruptions close together, and one of them being on my birthday, that is a pretty cool trifecta. And that is exactly what Nathan predicted, was a triplet. There would be a triplet on my birthday. And he was right, there was a triplet. A 3rd eruption of the Steamboat. So Barvey has the same value as Java. Pam has the same value as Eagle, and that's the bird that I connect to Jake and Nathan, both of them. And as you can see, Nathan, there was a lot of cyclones on Friday the 13th of March 2015, and Nathan was one of them. And Nathan was the one closest to Queensland. Alwyn made landfall that day on Western Australia, did some damage. Nathan didn't make landfall till a while after this, but came close to the coast on Friday the 13th. Alwyn equals 89, and Jacob Wetterling's life was tragically cut short in 1989. If you add up all the digits in 1989, you get 27, and 8 and 9 is 17, which is Jake's date of birth, 17th of February. MN stands for Minnesota, which is where Jake's from. The name Jake equals 27, and so does MN for Minnesota. And Manoj. Well, Manoj was born on Saturday the 9th of March 1991, and he turned 27 on Friday 9th of March 2018. And it's kind of interesting because on this date there was some dramatic weather in Australia, and I'll share what that was. Just Google Cairns flood 9th of March 2018. There's plenty on this. There was also floods on the 27th of March 2018, but Manoj turned 27 on the 9th, and the larger floods, well, depends where you were. Cairns was on the 27th, 26th, 27th, and Innisfail and Ingham were on the 9th. So there's plenty here about it. The 9th, 26th and 27th of March, there were rescues, and the flooding on March 9 was the worst since 2009, which was February 2009, which was the same month that Nathan Breeze died. So, very strange reflection there, which has got me pretty convinced now that what Nathan's telling me is true. And Jake. They're both telling me there's going to be a big eruption this year. So, a big volcanic eruption. So major floods hit Ingham and Innisfail in Queensland on Friday 9th of March. 18 days later, major floods hit Cairns on the 27th of March 2018. I don't think that was Friday though. I think that was Monday or something. So anyway, I just put 27th of March. 2 and 7 is 9. And 9 is my life path number. And 9 added up is 42. The value of boy, fish, creek, rain, radar. And yeah, we could use some rain. It's a bit dry. My 42nd birthday was on Friday the 27th of April 2018. The date of the 3rd eruption of the Steamboat Geyser in Yellowstone. So Nathan was right, there was a triplet sign on my birthday. And 4 plus 2 is 6. June is the 6th month. Samuel's birthday is in June. The name Nathan Breeze has a value of 119. Boy Nathan's triplets. Nathan's triplet signs. His triplet boys. Triplet reflections. Triplet mirror boys. Triplet ballet dancers. 11 nines are 99. Jacob's bad boy, the twin. The bad boy aged 13. He is Nathan, my Breeze. So Friday the 9th of March, my friend Manoj's birthday, was 107 days before Samuel's birthday. Samuel from Jakarta is turning 9 on Sunday 24th of June 2018. So yeah, Jakarta. What's interesting about the whole 9th of March and 27th of March thing, I thought. It's now 6:45, 2nd of May, in Jakarta, Indonesia. Bit of a reflection of 9:45, if you know what I mean, because here where I live it's 9:45. And have faith, Josh 10:9:45 was the message I saw in my dream, going back to 2012. I mentioned that in my last video. So 107, bad boy Nathan equals 107, bad mirrored reflection of a hot boy. Red fire boy. The red fire boy's reflection. So who might this be? If it's not Nathan, maybe it's Satan. The red lava boy. Devil Satan, 107. My red boy. My boy Jake. My red rain. Earthquake. Volcanic ash. 107. 10 and 7 is 17. The keystone date. Jake Chambers wrote. Phil's prediction on Friday, March 9. 177. A birthday is coming. Nice Indonesian boy. Samuel's birthday. Power of nature. See the Dark Tower. So Nathan and Jake are saying an ultra-Plinian eruption in 2018. And I guess they're thinking it could be somewhere around Indonesia, given that that's where Samuel's from, and Samuel is the one who made not the earthquake, but the volcano the other day out of dirt. And he made it erupt by pouring water on it. And of course, what is a geyser? It's a steam eruption, like a steam train. But you know what Samuel's interested in is the Titanic, which is actually a steam ship, a steamboat. That is the name of this geyser, steamboat. So that's interesting. The Black Dark Tower. The Demonic Tower. What do you say? 17 and 7 is 24. How old is Samuel M. turning on Sunday 24th of June 2018? The answer is 9. Nathan's favourite colour is green. Friday the 15th of June 2018 is 9 days before Sunday the 24th of June 2018. This is the date, the anniversary of the eruption of Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines. 9 days before Samuel's 9th birthday. I don't know why I put a question mark there. Where was Samuel M. born? That one makes sense. Jakarta is the answer. He was born in Jakarta, which is a value of 62. And yes, Indonesia is part of the Ring of Fire, so they do get a lot of volcanic eruptions. There's something like 400 volcanoes in Indonesia, So trying to pinpoint which one's going to erupt is not easy unless you've already got one already erupting, like Mount Agung has been erupting, and Sinabung, Lava God equals 62, Lava God Agony, Pain of a Godchild, Canberra equals 62, same value as Jakarta. Interesting. Train, Canberra Train, 62. And this was painted on the back of the mini railway at Western Park. It's not there anymore, but I photographed it when it was there. I thought it was cool. I like this. I like the serpent train. Anyway, 6 and 2 is 8. Samuel is aged 8. 62 and 9 is 71. Samuel equals 71. Sammy. Fire name. The Fire. And 7 plus 1 is 8. Samuel M is 8 years old. He likes, like I said, he's into the Titanic at the moment. Jakarta, Java, equals 96. Total, 96. Jake Chambers. Jake Chambers is The Boy in the Dark Tower by Stephen King. Steamboat, 96. There's a choo-choo train in the Dark Tower, Charlie the Choo-Choo. And that's where Jake's psychic connection kicks into gear. It's in the 3rd book, The Wastelands. Destiny, February, the month that Jake Wetterling was born. Lad William, 16. William's turning 16 on the 6th of September. The 6th of the 9th, or as the Americans write it. 9 and 6 is 15. Red Rain equals 69. And that is a novel by the very famous author R.L. Stine. Red Rain. Bad Red Dahlia. Dahlia's a name, and it was the name given to the first cyclone that came into Australian waters this year, and it formed just near Java, Indonesia. Dahlia is also the name of a flower, which is a tuber. We had another cyclone which came back to life on the 2nd of April, Easter Monday, named Iris. And the iris is also a tuber, much like the dahlia. Bad Red Magma. The Lava. Red Boy, Boy Jake, Chambers. 6th of the 9th. Jake Chambers, The Boy in the Dark Tower by Stephen King. Face equals 15. Who is aged 15. Well, that would be William. 1 and 5 is 6. Who is turning 16 on Thursday, the 6th of September 2018? William, birthday. 16 and 6 is 22. William's twin signs on 22nd of August and 22nd of September in 2018. And I did mention some other dates that are dates to watch for signs, and those are them here. So we're 6 days today away from the 8th of May. The 8th of May is in 6 days from today, and we've had our triplets on my birthday. And yeah, 6:54 is the time right now in Jakarta, which has the same value as Canberra. So the 9 dates when there will be signs for young William are these ones. And I mentioned this in my last video, but yeah, these are all the dates for signs. Dates to watch for signs in nature. Signs in nature. And I assume some of these will relate to the eruption. Back to where we were. The geyser, the red rain, the dahlia, Jake. We went too far past here. Yeah, so William's twin signs. Those were 2 of the dates, 22nd of August and the 22nd of September. Bad face equals 22. I'm Lee. Lee. Lee was a hurricane, kind of, in the Atlantic. We'll get to that. This though was Iris. Iris was the one I mentioned that formed on the Easter Monday, the 2nd of April. Reformed, came back to life, which is exactly what a tuba does. An iris comes back, like the dahlia, dies and then comes back. And of course Easter is a very symbolic date for that. But Lee was the name of a hurricane in the Atlantic last year. And like Australia's tropical cyclone Iris on Easter Monday, 2nd of April 2018, last year's tropical storm Lee came back from the dead, or resurrected, on Friday 27th of September 2018. And then he became a tiny zombie hurricane in the Atlantic. So this was Lee in his first incarnation, and this was Jose towards the end of Jose's life. Jose was the longest lasting hurricane. Maria was actually the strongest and did the most damage. And interesting thing is that these names are Spanish names for Joseph and Mary. And then you've got Lee, who came back from the dead. Jose, Maria, and Lee. Have faith, Josh. The message I saw. Triplets had 3 6s. 666. And of course, 1 and 3 and 2 is 6. Ernesto Child. It's the name of the hurricane in Red Rain. And Martha Swan is one of the characters in Red Rain by R.L. Stein. Danny Heinrich is the guy who murdered Jake in real life. 22nd of October 1989. Jacob's the bad boy. Jake and Bad William. The bad snake boy. Young snake. Satan and Nathan. Nathan Breeze had the boy's fire in his eyes. Or actually that may be Samuel. Samuel's the boy in Red Rain. And he has the gift of pyrokinesis. He can make fire with his eyes. He can also hypnotize people using the same power dialed down, turned down a bit. Boy Samuel's red demon eyes. Light my fire. Jacob's volcano. Jake's bad molten Tambora trio. Devil trio. Devil triple. Steamboat Child. Sean Myrtle. Devil triple Steamboat Child. Sean Myrtle. There's a place in South Carolina called Myrtle Beach. And it's actually Red Rain. This novel, Red Rain, is based on a little island just off South Carolina. and then the boys moved to Long Island, which is closer to New York. So taking that number, 132, the value of Sean Myrtle, and Sean was also on the hurricane name list last year for America, but didn't get up to Sean. It stopped before Sean. So Sean never existed. But Myrtle Beach exists. 13 times 2 is 26. God is 26. So is dog. And Jake's pet dog was named Marcus. Bad equals 7. That's the number in Jake's jumper. And I'm pretty sure the dog in the photo is Marcus. I'm not 100% sure on that though. It's definitely a dog. And it's definitely Jake. Either way, Tropical Cyclone Marcus made a direct hit on Darwin as a Category 2 storm on Saturday 17th of March 2018, which was exactly a month after Jake's birthday. And we had Cyclone Kelvin formed on Jake's birthday, the 17th of February 2018. It also made landfall on Jake's birthday, if you go by Minnesota time anyway. And this was Marcus on March 17, became a Category 2 before passing directly over Darwin, as you can see, and then continuing on his merry way out into the Indian Ocean. The very next day, 69 houses were destroyed by a bushfire that made a direct hit on the little town of Tathra on the New South Wales south coast. So that was on the 18th of March. And here you can see Marcus. So this was after Darwin got hit and after the Tathra fire too. And Marcus by this stage had become a Category 5 out here in the Indian Ocean. So yeah, Marcus went on to become a Category 5 monster over the open Indian Ocean and the strongest tropical cyclone seen in Australian waters in more than a decade. So how does that make you feel, Marcus? You bad boy. Bad boy. Bad equals 7. Boom, boom, boom. Marcus was a bad boy. No, he's a good boy because he went and did his powerful digging out in the Atlantic. Not the Atlantic. That'd be a long way. The Indian Ocean. He didn't do his powerful digging in the Timor Sea or directly over Darwin. That would have been naughty. He did it out here. So he's a good boy. Darwin equals 69. The real message. And Nathan used to be a frequent visitor to Darwin because that's where his dad is. The real message. 6 and 9 is 15. 13 and 2, 15. Remember we were working on the number 132. The value of Sean Myrtle. The value of... what else was it? Young Snake. Nathan Breeze had the boys' fire. So, yeah. Oh, the other interesting thing. The real message, 6 and 9 is 15. 13 and 2 is 15. Hurricane Hugo, as you can see, this was 21st of September 1989. A month before Jake died. Hugo, deadly, angelic, demon, 51. Add them together, you get the value of twin, 66. 6 and 6 is 12, the age of Daniel and Samuel. And if you add 26 to 15, you get 41, the value of Brat. He is good. Home, dream, clue, key. Jake turns 41 on Sunday the 17th of February 2019. Born in 1978, on the 17th, and William turns 17 on Friday, 6th of September 2019. Jake was born on a Friday. Jake Wetterling, Wetter Boy Jake. The Storm Boy, Mirror Boy Jake. He is Nathan Breeze. Brat Nathan Breeze. Samuel's Java Lava. 3 Hot Boys, Triplet Brats. Good Triplets. Good Triplets, Triplet Brats. In red. The Boys Cyclone, Tropical Cyclone, Triplet Devils, Joseph, Mary and Lee. Lad 17, Samuel 71, 7 and 1 is 16. The triplets aged 16. Dancing Up a Storm. Yellowstone, Steamboat Titanic. The Boys Samuel's Steamboat Titanic. David the Bad Pain, 40. And 33 and 7 is 40. William's full name has a value of 337. The age Jacob Wetterling turned this year. April 3 Flames. The twins. In April. March and April. April 3 Flames. 5 and 6 is 11. Jake's age. Jake Chambers, The Boy in the Dark Tower, was also 11. And he wrote something in his English essay at school. And then later he couldn't remember writing it. So that was kind of weird. Kind of weird indeed.